Dank Swamp Rebellion with Daniel Mary. This is Digital and Analog Airwaves. On July 22nd at Champion Square, the concert event of the summer will take place. It's the Better Life 20th Anniversary Tour. 3 doors down with special guest Seether. Don't miss out on the Better Life in its entirety and all their greatest hits. Brought to you by Alt 92.3, Gulf South Grown.
In the South, there's always a reason to drink beer. Now the Rebellion's giving you one more. Pickled Pepper's Hop Shop. Homebrew kits delivered straight to your door.
The ceremony's about to begin.
Become a member of the 1 Million Brew Club today at pickledpeppershopshop.com. And don't forget to listen to Tyson and Tanner on their hit podcast, Pickled Peppers Hop Talk.
Check out Pickled Peppers Hop Shop. Use promo code DSR Talks to get 20% off any brew kit. And don't forget to try the DSR Talks down the bayou, Magnolia Saison.
Pickles, peppers.
But
so man, like, what's going on with your music, dude? Like, you doing anything? What's up? You writing? What are you doing?
I regret to say that I've turned down 4 band offers, and I won't say the band names just so that I don't want the new singers to be like, wait, the action first.
Fair enough.
You know, I turned down 4 band offers, and every single time.
Is it the time, or is it just like you don't have the time for it?
A bit of everything, man.
Are you just see? I got to that place where the band life, man, was kind of like I just was drained from it, you know. And I'm glad I did. And when I got to that point, instead of giving up, I found a new outlet, and that's when I approached Tyler and I said, "Hey, man, let's start the podcast, right?" And then through this, over the last 80 plus episodes now, season and a half now,
we're almost up to 100.
Yeah,
you know,
what you gonna do for the 100th, bro?
But through that, musically, it's opened me up again.
Oh,
and
dude.
I just feel like at my age, man, I'm pushing 40. I was born in 1982. You know, like I just can't gig anymore, man.
It's a life to live, dude. Like I feel like I've tasted it and what I could get from it, and I'm past it now. And all 3 of us right here have figured out the same thing: is the band life is not the only way to live a musical life. You could have these outlets like what we're doing right now, and it's amazing to be able to connect with people like Daniel who know this and live it, besides just, you know, us talking to each other about it, because we kind of stonewall each other in a place where, man, we're literally on a Zoom call with you and have a connection that is resonating throughout the room that is absolutely beyond the podcast, beyond the radio. It's
because just because you're on this Zoom call, dude, you still have to come to the studio. You still got to come just chill.
You're not out yet.
Yeah.
I'm down. Yeah, dude, like literally wife got home and I was like, she got home like 30 minutes after when I could have left to been there on time. And then she broke a beer bottle and I just talked about it.
I understand.
She didn't do like angrily do it. She didn't like smash it over my head again, but you know.
Next time.
It is a time thing, and it's you know, my on-air schedule is from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. But man, I'm constantly doing stuff, even before and after. And when I'm in a band, you know, I've only been in 2 bands, Through What Was and Resurface. Both bands last. Well, Through What Was about 5 or 6 years, from about 2005 to about 2009.
We got started about the same time, then, brother. That's probably why we know each other from way back.
There you go, dude. Yeah, I was a frequent on MySpace too, man. I used to book all kinds of tours through MySpace.
Exactly.
God, I miss
what a
MySpace.
Time! What a time!
I miss MySpace.
What a time, dude! What's funny? I just interviewed a singer of All Time Low, and
Yeah.
I brought it up. I brought it up in the interview. I was like, just to let you know, I used to go on your website, on your forum, and pretty much promote my band on your forum. He's like, what, for real? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, man.
We got
Shit's
about
real.
3 fans. Yeah. We got
Remember
about 3
bulletin
fans.
posts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bulletin,
shit.
bro.
I miss MySpace. Now it's so slow and junky.
No.
Right?
Wait, what do you mean now?
It would never.
Well, I mean, like, it's still around, right?
I don't know. You're
It's
the one
not
that sounds
doing
like you know what
anything.
you're
And
talking about.
that formula is not
See,
a formula.
I still think I have my, like, I see MySpace in my mind as my MySpace page still from 1993. Right?
Stop it. Stop it. It wasn't around then.
Or whenever it was. It was early on. I was
Dude,
older.
It was like 2001 or 3
Yeah. It was
or
like
some
2003,
shit.
yeah.
But you were
2002,
able, once you were able to put like those 3 songs on there, like your
Game over. Game over.
your page didn't run. It was over.
Game changer. So,
I learned
what's crazy,
HTML.
you probably know about this, but I don't know, a couple years ago, something happened to where most people's pictures were deleted.
Yeah.
So I went, it's true. I've had hundreds of pictures gone.
They're all broken
I
and
don't know.
dead.
Yeah, dude.
Just
something
like I
happened with
was
the
on
server.
MySpace.
Like I was on my broken and dead. Well, now you're back to life, bro.
That's the
Dank
name of
Swamp
my next
Rebellion,
band.
come on.
Broken and dead
Broken
on
and
MySpace.
Performing their new hit song, Toes Are Non-Necessary.
Featuring.
Especially the big one.
But yeah, man, it's super cool to like have, you know, another musician who felt the grind and found the other outlet on the show like this. And it's we really appreciate you coming on, brother. This has been
thanks
really
for having
cool.
me.
Dude, so I have a question too. Is there for 92.3, is there something that you have to do as a DJ that's part of, I guess, your job code is to buff up your engagement during your time whenever you're you're on air? Is that something that's your responsibility in order to gain more traction?
Oh, for sure. It's, I mean, just like if you're a stripper, you know, you're gonna go to the front of the strip club before your show and kind of show your butt cheeks a little bit. You know, you gotta kind of let
been
people
there.
know. Exactly. You've been in the window showing your butt cheeks. I mean, we all have to do that, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, I like to, you know, when you think about radio, you don't really think about. I correct myself, because when I was a kid listening to radio and I would hear the voice, I would always like picture what I thought they looked like.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I was sadly mistaken when I found out what Walton and Johnson actually looked like.
You nailed
And
it.
the same thing with
Wait,
Howard
there's
Stern.
Maxwell? Yeah. You're right.
Howard Stern was a-
Stern looks like how he sounds.
Right.
You know? And what's funny is not a lot of people,
And I
literally
thought
do
Robin
fucking
was a
people.
white woman.
Yeah.
On the Howard Stern show, I did. For a long time, I thought she was white.
Right. What's funny is, I was going to say a lot of people, but I'm not trying to pump myself up. 2 women said when they met me at like at an event or whatever, they're like, "You're not ugly." Like, what?
Thank
so-
you.
That face for
One of
radio
them-
thing.
Yeah. One of them, she's like, "I'm sorry. It's just normally radio guys, you know, they're just ugly." I'm like, Jesus.
Unfiltered.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for the
Brutally
compliment.
honest. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks.
I'll tell you right now, that's the main thing I wasn't prepared for. I get it, and you know, I still try to put myself in the listener's shoes of, and just like I do with interviews, like I'm a musician, so when I interview a musician, I put myself back in my musician shoes. Like, what would I want to be asked? How would I want the vibe to be? You know, like I don't want some like, so I heard you dropped a new single there, Celine Dion. You know, like, no, man.
Give it
What was
all
I saying
to
again? We
me.
were talking about Celine Dion. Oh, brutal honesty. That's right.
Brutal Honesty of Celine. The Brutal Honesty of Celine Dion. It's a new book coming out.
Exclusively on DSR.
That wasn't her, was it?
Wait.
Is that Celine Dion? I don't know.
Dabble-dee-dabble-da.
No, not. I'm
That's
blue
Daft-
dabba dee dabba da.
That's Daft Punk. Daft
Right, so
Punk.
people feel like they can tell me whatever, and it doesn't matter.
It's because
like,
you keep talking to them all day on the radio, and they feel like
And
they
they know
know
you.
you.
I get
Dude,
it.
it's crazy. We started feeling that too, and there's a legit psychological term for it, and I don't remember what it is. But it's
Yeah.
like when you feel genuinely connected with the content creators that you're following and watching on a daily basis, that you know them and best friends with them.
And the thing is, a lot of people that follow us, they genuinely feel the hate that they express to us. So it works.
I fucking
The
hate
3
show
people that
today.
actually
Oh,
listen to our show.
It's 4 now.
Only because he's gonna listen to his own episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 100%. No, I honestly, like, I've been on a couple podcasts before. I don't listen to any of them. I hate how, I'm not even going to get into it, but, like, I don't like how I sound. I don't like how I interact. It's a weird thing, man. It's imposter syndrome. You might have it. You might know about it.
Yeah, because we're completely different on mic than what we are. Well, not completely, but I'm just saying, like, some of it comes through, but then there's, like...
We're personified versions of ourselves. Right, on the show.
Yeah, so we feel that.
I like Flight of the Conchords, if you've ever...
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's business. It's business time. I don't know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's top of business. Anyway, we can...
Holy, dude, that was on.
Yeah.
From one vocalist to another.
I could have kept going, but I had to stop myself sometimes, bro.
I'm down on my business.
Gotta love that fucking show.
I know. It's on HBO Max. And that's the first thing I watched when I subscribed to
If I wouldn't be watching Mortal Kombat over and over, because I only get 31 days to watch it 30 times, right?
Oh, it's on a timeline.
Yeah, the new movies come out for 31.
I didn't know that.
So did you watch the new Godzilla? The Godzilla? Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm still fucking up. I haven't watched.
You didn't watch it? You got a tattoo of Mecha Godzilla on your fucking arm.
What the hell? What the French toast?
I know, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Watch it. Wait, is it gone? Is it gone forever? Now the Mortal Kombat's back?
Yeah.
Wait, it's gone already?
Off HBO Max, yes.
I'm gonna watch it.
Now you got to go to AMC Palace Theater 10 in Houma.
Yeah.
And you got to wear your mask while you eating your popcorn.
And I'm gonna fight
Sorry
through
sack
the
of
fucking
shit.
Rob Thomas impersonator before.
So, are there any like new local bands that you know of that are like kicking ass right now?
Favorite question. Not right now. No one's kicking ass right now, unfortunately.
Who's ready?
Oh,
to
because
kick
we
ass?
know some bands that are.
Who's ready to kick ass?
So let's rewind. Pre-pandemic. Let's talk that because let's be honest. Not a lot of bands were playing music recently, and that's a big part of my life is local music and live music. Man, so I will always back them old Ghosts. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them old Ghosts.
No,
they're not necessarily new. Back in the day, Tyler, around our time, the lead vocalist Tofield Bourgeois was in a band called
I remember that name.
Down. Yo, Tofield Bourgeois.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
owns Bourgeois Charter in Lafitte. But man, he was in a metal band called This Side Down as a guitarist.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
My bassist and through it was Tony in This Side Down. Anyway, fast forward to now. Demo Ghosts, man, they I don't know how they do it, bro. It's 4 dudes who have been playing together for years who they're not getting away from what they know works.
Mm-hmm.
And the songwriting, everything is very, very Louisiana, very. I'll send you the music.
Yes,
Please
How
do.
about that?
Please. Yeah.
I'll send you what would you rather, Spotify or YouTube? You can play some in this clip.
Perfect.
And I know my dude TJ will share it because he's that type of dude.
Okay, good.
But it's a known thing about them logos.
And now a song from Demo Ghosts. This is The Witch.
Flipped over, now my hero As I reach for her hand, I clench to a plume of smoke. And them rats in my head, they ate all those holes I know.
Gonna talk more heavy. Wasted Creation. I'm a big metal guy, you know. Been a screaming vocalist for years, and it's funny because I'd be on stage and doing my thing, and I'd get off stage and people come talk to me, and they'd be like, "Wait, you're like a normal dude."
Hold up 1 second. So you got scouted to do what you do by being a screaming vocalist, correct? Let that be on record.
Yeah.
And let everyone know that it's personality that gets you.
It, yeah.
You're right, actually.
Fucking A, dude. That's awesome.
I could go deeper into that because that's a whole thing. The Wasted Creation, they're an up-and-coming metal band who, man, the singer Blaine, I've been a screamer. I'm sorry, singer. He's a screamer. I've been a screamer since I was 15 years old when I was screaming along. 13 years old when I was screaming along the Lincoln Park in my closet.
Yeah.
And, you know, just screaming. My dad was like, what are you doing? Exactly. I'm like, it's not a phase, Dad.
This is real.
This is real.
Did your dad tell you shit like he told me, like, you're going to hurt your voice? I was like, no, it's actually, that's right. No.
I'm not screaming from my throat. I'm screaming from my diaphragm.
Yeah, mine was always like, you're going to hurt your voice. Because I have a very, like, Joe Cocker sound to mine, you know? And then he would tell me, like, you're not hurting your voice. I'm like, no. I couldn't explain to him, like, that's when it didn't hurt. Is when I did that.
Exactly. Right. I've taught about 4 or 5 local vocalists how to scream, man. It's all about the technique and how you do it.
Absolutely.
Like Tyler said. Your throat is literally the end of the whistle. That's how to try to explain it.
He'll thrash your pipes if you fucking do it wrong, too. I mean, look at the guy from Avenged Sevenfold. Now he sounds like complete garbage.
Yeah, now he sounds like Pauly Shore.
You said now he sounds complete garbage? Come on.
Have you seen Avenged Sevenfold? Now, that's the thing about metal. Tyler can sit there with some headphones on and like go to sleep to metal, right?
Same.
I like metal, but I like it live. Like there was a metal band back in the day named Tourniquet that I saw live. Ted Kirkpatrick was on drum. Yeah, like when I saw them, like you could. I like the feeling of metal, right?
Yeah.
So that's my favorite thing about it. And is the city opening up, man? Like what the hell's going on? Because I'm hearing Baton Rouge got clubs going down and maskless and all this other shit. What's up?
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, honestly,
So Latalia the Destroyer is still getting it over there in NOLA.
Yeah, dude. New Orleans, we're pretty much one of the only states where, I will say she does a good job. So live music is back. You can go to your favorite shows, you can go to your venues, but it's all seated. It's all table service. But I've talked to some friends who serve over at Tipitina's, and Jennifer's like, she's like, dude, it's much better now. Like, I get to, like, bring the drinks to a table. I don't have people stopping me every 3 seconds talking to me about stuff, and it's just, it's an adjustment period.
But it's better for the wait staff, but it's not better for the people that are going because, bro, we're a bunch of coon asses who want to go hear live music and we want to move to it because that's what we've 100%. Always ever done. So when 100%. You go, like, to go see Nong Nu and the Wild Matus, or you go see Tab MR, just whoever it is, you want to be able to get up and move and feel the music that you're listening to, because in South Louisiana, I've been to concerts and I've been to music festivals across the country, and I always brag because like I went to Bonnaroo and it was freaking awesome and it was like one of the best shows that I've ever been to in my life. But the whole thing is that it didn't have the feeling of shows in the South, in New Orleans. People feel music differently here. They don't go. Like in the rest of the country, I feel like some places they go to see the show, and we go to experience it and be part of the show, right? And that's what I feel is lacking in that. And I understand we're in a pandemic and all of that shit's going on, but I'm just saying that's where I see it at. Yeah, it might be better for them, but really, if you think about it, if you got about 300 more people in that son of a bitch, you'd be making some money. You know?
100%. And the thing is, they're making more money now because drinks are able to come a lot faster, and the same thing what you said. I had a buddy of mine, he's like, dude, guess what? I don't have to miss a song now to go to the bar to get a drink.
True.
I'm at the table. They bring it to me, you know? And also to piggyback off of what you said, it's a click mentality, man. And it also has a lot to do with genre. I mean, you go to a metal show, you're not going to stand there.
Right.
You know? You're gonna, I mean, it depends on if you actually like the music or not. Like me, I'm always like, I used to get in the pit. I used to be a
You seem like a
pit
guy. Yeah.
I was.
Leader
man.
of the pit.
The pit conductor.
My middle name, bro. Daniel Pitt Mary.
Daniel Mary, pit conductor Mary.
He even had the hat and everything.
One time I was in a pit and I jumped up. I don't know why. And someone came under me and dude flipped me around. This is at the Cypress Hall back in like 07.
Yeah.
And I split my head open, dude. Like,
what show was it? I know you remember.
It was the Acacia strain.
Yep, sounds right.
Before they even blew up, dude.
Nice.
It was the Acacia strain.
Do you remember
upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you remember Finger 11 before they went mainstream and they were like super heavy? Do you remember that?
Dude, this blew my mind too.
So listen to this, dude. I love schooling people on this because it was so real to me, because I was 16 years old and I was like this church kid, and the first rock band I ever heard was Creed. And Creed went on tour, and that was that for the My Own Prison album, their first album.
This is 98.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it was them, Days of the New, and Finger, and Days of the New was kind of the opening, and then the opening band was Finger 11. They all came out dressed like goths, and they played the heaviest, most rhythmic metal I had ever heard in my life, and my heart was bursting. And here I am, a young guitarist, and I was just like, and I see this drummer that has and Jinkos, dude, they were all wearing black Jinkos and fishnet shirts and shit, and I was like blew my mind, right? And then a year later, I see them have this music video on VH1, and they're this mainstream melodic bullshit. And I was like, yo, what happened
I
here?
remember that, man, because I used to be real big into Finger 11 before even radio. I just looked at their albums. I think the earliest one they had is 98. I think I started listening to the 2002 album.
That was the first one. That was the first one, and that was when they was on tour with Creed at that time. And that was a crazy show. And Scott Stapp sucked back then in his prime, dude. They said he couldn't hold a tune to save his life. I was like, look, but Mark Tremonti, bruh, I still love that fucking guy.
He's
always been a bad live vocalist, man.
He is.
That's a hard road you got to take as a vocalist. Like, do you want to overdo it in the studio and put all these effects on it, and then when it comes to live, they're like, wait, it doesn't sound anything like, you know? I've always taken the middle road, dude. I've always done like layers of vocals and harmonies and stuff, but like I never want to overdo it, you know?
And with Tremonti, it's cool because all the technical guitar shit that he does, and then has solid vocals on top of it live. Because I love watching his actual band Tremonti live, you know, for like Glastonbury and stuff like that. It's amazing that he can do that because it's like, man, his guitar is his dick. Because he can just play it. I'm playing with it out here while I'm singing. It's like, man, I wish I was that fluid with anything in life, right? If I was that good at anything in life, that'd be amazing. But, you know, give those guys props for doing what they do and having the talent they have. But it's amazing to see, even with, like I said, with Finger 11, it was such a disappointment because that band was so killer. And, bruh, the freaking, it was the, I forget what it was called before. It was the Raising Cane's Center or whatever. It used to be like the Baton Rouge River Center, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
River Center, yep.
And that they played at the River Center. And the entire Coliseum went nuts for Finger 11. Like, it was, bruh, you could feel, you know when you feel the seats move under you, like there's concrete under me, but it's moving, right? And then they burned out like a year later, and they went to a whole nother thing, and it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I liked about that, was feeling metal music.
Most transitions that happen that way with bands do not go over very well. Because you kind of establish yourself as one thing, and then you kind of alienate your fan base, which there's a few bands that did a really good job of it, don't get me wrong, but it's rare for them to see someone make that kind of style choice and be successful in it.
Of all the bands that you and all the musicians that you've ever got to interview, you ever have one that you just fangirl the shit out of it?
I'm a big music guy, dude. Like, I like every style of music, and I don't just like listen to the music. I learn about the backstories of songs, and I like to really, read a couple of songs and lyrics just to see where the vocalist's head is at. But as far as nostalgia and just like, I can't believe I'm here, it has to be Stephen Jenkins of Third Eye Blind.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
That's cool as shit. Yeah.
That was honestly, and he was so chill.
Just
I will
chill.
say, man, a radio thing that not a lot of people know, and how would you know this? When it comes to the interviews, it's a very timed thing. Because normally when someone like Stephen Jenkins is on talking to you, he's on some sort of media day where he's got to talk to multiple radio personalities or media, anybody.
Right.
So I always try to make my questions and my delivery just more unique than anyone else that day will be, you know?
This is Grovon Mayer from the Dank Swamp Rebellion podcast, reminding you to stock up on your Elmer's CheeWees. Get you some of that. No, I'll tell you, the original's good now. The original's real good. I like me the barbecue one. I like the taco one. Bruh, I dip that in some ranch meat. They got the hot and spicy. They got the pizza. The pizza one's real good, man. And so is the green onion. And if you like a little something sweet after, get you some of that caramel popcorn. They ain't sleeping on that caramel popcorn. And remember, if it ain't Elmer, it ain't CheeWees.
Elmer's Quality Snacks since 1946.
Oh, and don't forget about those seasonal flavors. This message was approved by Grovon Mayer. And now the new single from Wasted Creation, Black Dominion.
surface.